In this second sample, we have f of x, which is another way of saying output of y, equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 4. A, B, and C. A is 2, B is negative 8, and C is a positive 4. We're going to find the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. That's the formula. So we're going to take negative b. B is a negative 8, so we're going to do a double negative. Divide by 2 times a. A is a 2. 2 times 2 in the denominator. This is going to be 8. The double negative makes that a positive 8 over 4, which is 2. Happens to just be the same axis of symmetry as the first example, the first sample that we did. That's not always the case, though. And then we're going to find the vertex. We know x is 2. We need to find the y value. We're going to do that by using the equation that we were given. Y is equal to 2x squared minus 8x plus 4. Wherever you see an x, plug in a 2, substitute. This is going to come out to be 2 times 2 squared is 4, minus 8 times 2 plus 4. First you deal with the exponents, then we're going to handle multiplication. 2 times 4 is 8, and then here we're going to get a negative 16 plus 4. Now we're going to deal with the addition and subtraction from left to right. 8 minus 16 is negative 8, plus 4 is going to be a negative 4. So your y-intercept, your y value of the vertex is a negative 4. Just so happens to be the same vertex too in this case. So we're going to get 3 blank spots, and then we're going to put the x is 2 and the y value is negative 4. And we want to use 3 x values below and 3 above. And we're going to go ahead here and add in our substitutions. 2 times x squared minus 8 times x, which is negative 1 in this case, and then you add 4. Over here we're going to have 2 times 0 for x, square that, minus 8 times 0 for x plus 4. Then you're going to have 2 times 1 for x, square that, minus 8 times 1 this time, plus 4. 2 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 4. Each time I'm changing the x value to be the x value of the particular row. And then we have 2 times 3, square that, minus 8 times 3, add on 4. 2 times 4 is x now, square that, minus 8 times 4, and then add on 4 at the end. And then we're going to have 2 times 5, we're going to square that. Take away 8 times 8 times 5, plus 4 at the end. That should be a 5 in parentheses for that x value. To help us out, we're going to plug in that equation in our calculator. 2x squared minus 8x plus 4. Okay, notice how your graph is now facing upward. The arrows go upward, and that's because that a value was a positive number. We're going to go ahead and go to the table. And again, x is negative 1, y is 14. Then you have 0, x is 0, y is 4. X is 1, y is negative 2. We already know that x1 is the vertex, 2 comma negative 4. And then we're going to have 3 comma negative 2. 4 comma 4, and then 5 comma 14, and you should see symmetry again. And that middle one stands out because it's that place where it turns at the vertex. And we are going to graph this now. We're going to set up our grid the same way. And we're going to plot our points. Negative 1 comma 14, again, not going to be easy to graph, so we're going to move on to 0 comma 4. And we're going to label that as our y-intercept. Remember, we have to label. The y-intercept is always when x is 0. So when x is 0, y is 4. That whole point is the y-intercept. The next one is 1 comma negative 2. Then you have the vertex, which is 2 comma negative 4. Draw an arrow and label that. Put the word vertex and then put the coordinate, which is 2 comma negative 4. Then you have 3 comma negative 2. You're going to start, since we just reached the vertex, you're going to start seeing it turn directions. It's going to, the y values are dropping here. Now they're going to turn and go upward. And that's going to happen with 3 comma negative 2. 4 comma 4.
You want a sandwich?
And then the x value is 5 and the y value is 14. That's going to be hard to graph, so we're going to leave that one out. We're going to connect this and we're going to put arrows because it does continue. Important to also label the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry was x equals 2, which would be that vertical dotted line that I'm showing now. I'm going to write this as axis of symmetry. X equals 2. And the last thing that you would want to do is point out where the roots lie. And my graph might not be as accurate here. It's not going to actually be on one of the lines. It's not going to lie on one of the grid marks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle where it crosses that x-axis. And I'm just going to use arrows and write the word roots or x-intercepts. They're not going to be whole numbers. They're not right on the grid marks, but those are the roots. And they are real roots because they're on that axis.